welcome to Rupp Arena, one of the most storied venues in all of college basketball, the home of the University of Kentucky Wildcats, multi-time champions. But tonight, we're with the toughest monster truck tour as they crown their 2023 champion. It's a tight battle between Jerry Beck in the Dirt Crew and Tim Jones in Tailgator. It's going to be a drag-out battle. Tim Jones with a slim advantage as we head into competition. Let's get straight to it as the competitors get ready to battle it out.
Toughest monster trucks thunder around the arena floor. In Rupp Arena, the first event out will be the wheelie competition. Setting the tone and starting things off, it'll be Jack Brown in the awesome Dozer. Nice popper to start things off. He'll have 2 attempts. He'll go around to the other side of the arena and attack the other race lane. He'll hit the backside. You can see right there in the red lane the tires sticking out in the dirt. And he goes for a conventional wheelie. A good stand, but not great. The score will reflect that with an 11 to start things off out of 20 points. Out now it's the new Maximus truck with Daron Basl behind the wheel. Basl, very much a veteran. He's got a brand new identity for 2023 with GT power split. A couple of solid wheelies, but not spectacular. We'll wait for the score, and there it is. It's an 8. Not quite good enough. Moving on from there, it's Jerry Beck in Dirt Crew, the flying dump truck, showing just why he's called that with a tremendous wheelie to start things off with his first hit. He's going to swing around to the other side. Let's see what he's got. He may be able to take the lead. He's getting a good one. Incredible. Beck stands the dump truck on the tailgate, plants it, the wheels back and forth, and he is stuck. Now it's recovery time as the toughest monster truck crew goes to work as Jerry sits calmly in the cab waiting for a little pull. Down he comes and straight into the lead with an 18 out of 20. That's going to be a hard one to beat. Here comes Joe Sylvester, the Intimidator on the toughest monster truck tour in Bad Habit. Little brake check in the air to control the wheelie. Throwing some hand gestures to the crowd as he comes back around, letting them know that he appreciates them. A couple of solid wheelies. I think that'll probably put him in second place, but not quite the lead. Run, and indeed, the score will be a 12. Out now, it's Mad Mike Hawkins bringing up the Hurricane. Nice slow rolling wheelie there, standing it up very well. Another good pogoing wheelie. That's a nice one. Score only a 14, off a few points from the Dirt Crew. Here comes your current championship leader in the toughest monster truck season, Tailgator, laying it down right there. Nosing the big gator up to the dump truck. These two are number 1 and number 2 in the points as we get down to the nitty-gritty of the season. This is the final event. Lots on the line. With a respectable lead in the points, but not insurmountable by Jerry Beck and Dirt Crew if he has a great night. They each know what they have to do. Gator with a stumble on his second hit. Gator coming back around. Third attempt, and plants it as well on the tail. Oh, much more precarious this time than Dirt Crew, but he has stuffed that truck, and he is stuck. The score is a 17, so not quite good enough, but Jerry Beck only gains 1 point in the championship chase in wheelie competition. He's got 2 events to go. Beck takes the win in Dirt Crew, setting the tone for the night. We now move on to our second competition. It's side-by-side, rounding-round Chicago-style racing. Round 1 action. Dozer, Jack Brown taking on Tailgator and Tim Jones. Jones needs to go rounds here to keep the points spread. He's behind. Oh no, Dozer off the side of the final race lane. That'll be a 5-second penalty, and Tailgator gets a gift. Moving into round 2. Hurricane Force and Maximus will be our second pair on round number 1. Funny bounce from Maximus off the race lane, going to hand the win to Mad Mike Hawkins in the Hurricane Force. Our final pair in round number 1. This is a tough one. Dirt Crew versus Bad Habit. Beck needs to go rounds in the Dirt Crew. He needs to gain points on Tailgator. He's approximately 20 points behind. Which a couple rounds of racing and some good freestyle could give him the win. Oh no! Big error from Beck in the Dirt Crew, but the win goes to Bad Habit, putting a nail potentially in the coffin of Jerry Beck in Dirt Crew's championship hopes. We move on to semifinal round racing, the Final Four, something that the University of Kentucky knows all about here in their basketball arena, Rupp Arena. Tailgator versus Hurricane Force. Hurricane Force in trouble, and Tailgator doing what he needs to coast into the final round and keep those valuable points. Gator looking pretty good tonight. Dirt Crew back as the fast loser. A second chance against Joe Sylvester in Bad Habit. Oh, there we have it. Bad Habit with a 5-second penalty hitting the turn marker. Surely Beck sees it at this point and will just coast to the finish line. And via penalty, Dirt Crew. The second chance pays off, and he moves into the final round against his championship nemesis. It's showdown time in Rupp Arena on the toughest monster truck tour, the final event of the season, and it comes down to the championship contenders, as they're going to battle it out for the final racing win. Dirt Crew needs this win to gain a few points on Tailgator. Winning will give him 4 more points over Tailgator. Tailgator a little slow off the starting line. Beck looking to seize the opportunity. Could there be a problem with the big Gator? Beck is going to take the win in racing and gain valuable points, but the big question is there a mechanical issue on the Tailgator truck? That could prove costly if he can't make it into freestyle. We'll have to see what happens, but right now, Dirt Crew is the winner in racing. 2 events down and 1 to go, and it's freestyle with 40 points on the line. Each point contributes directly to the overall championship, and starting it off is Dirt Crew Dozer Jack Brown. He'd like to finish the season on a high note with a freestyle win. He gets to kick it off with a fresh track. Standing the Dozer up. Wow! Incredible presence of mind from Jack Brown as the truck stands straight up, likely to teeter backwards. He instantaneously hits reverse. Nicely done, and a nice way to set the wow factor high starting the freestyle. Freestyle in the toughest monster truck tour is judged on 4 separate components, each out of 10. Wow factor, momentum, use of track, and time. So lots of different aspects that drivers need to consider when performing their run in freestyle. Jack trying to make sure that he hits all of the different obstacles out there, all of the different directions. We saw him stand the truck straight up and down to start freestyle, but when he's come back, I think we're going to see it here. You can see it's really laid that obstacle over, so not the same opportunity for trucks coming after him, so he has an advantage in that respect. A pretty solid run so far. He did just back up there. That could hurt some of the momentum score, but he seems to be hitting all the obstacles, standing the Dozer up pretty nicely and doing a really nice run to finish out the season here. Time is ticking and coming to an end. That'll be the end of the run as we take a look back at a few of the highlights. That incredible moment to start freestyle off with an awesome save. The scores come in. It'll be an 18 out of 40. A respectable run. The judges on the toughest monster truck tour are tough, but I don't think that's going to get the win tonight. Out next, it's Jerry Beck and Dirt Crew. He needs big points tonight. He needs a huge run in freestyle. Each point gains him ground in the championship. If mechanical proved to be an issue with Tailgator, this could be Dirt Crew's opportunity. He starts big, launching off the center stack. Dirt Crew adding Jonah, as we saw on board there, which is something we didn't see out of Dozer, and an incredible walking wheelie there. Nice slow walker, adding a lot of flair that we haven't seen yet in freestyle. This should score him well on the wow factor, as well as a little bit more in the use of track. More huge air as the Dirt Crew launches it towards the scoreboard in Rupp Arena. Riding on board with Jerry Beck as he wheels the big dump truck around. Great to have these onboard opportunities as we see him working the controls around a tight arena floor here, so a lot of thought goes into every maneuver because you don't want to have to back up and cost yourself momentum points. This chassis underneath Dirt Crew has been around nearly 30 years and has gone through so many modifications over the years, but Beck proving that the dump truck can still fly and that this old chassis can really work, as he is at the top of the charts nearly every event on the toughest monster truck tour. That'll be the end of the run for Beck. A great one. This is going to be hard to compete with as he climbs out to salute the crowd. He knows he's done a good job. He loves the fans. Let's take a look at some of the replay highlights as Beck attacked the track with huge air, as he commonly does, but also mixing up some of what he has, and the scores reflect it. a 32. That'll put him very solidly in the lead with a lot of great trucks still to come. Here comes the Intimidator, a bad habit, Joe Sylvester, the man in black. He changed tires specifically for this event so he could drift around the arena floor. I expect a high momentum run from Bad Habit in the Big Jeep Gladiator. A unique body style with an awesome view of Sylvester as he pilots the truck around the track. Lots of momentum so far in this run as Sylvester blisters the track. Not quite the wow factor in the same way that Dirt Crew brought to the table, but wow factor by means of just sheer noise and sensory overload as this truck is on the track. Clearly, the buff-down tires being used this week is really providing some advantage on this track where Sylvester can whip the truck around and drift it through a corner. Sylvester trying some different angles, trying to get a different approach on freestyle that the crowd hasn't quite seen, and the judges, for that matter, haven't quite seen. Freestyle, always a matter of what can you do that the crowd hasn't already seen in the competition. A nice run from Sylvester, a really intense run as he burned it around the track here. The score is a good one, but not quite good enough. 27 puts him in second place at this point, as Jerry Beck and Dirt Crew still leads the freestyle competition. Here comes the wild man, Mad Mike Hawkins, Hurricane Force. This could certainly be a hurricane of a run as Mad Mike back behind the wheel for the first time in a few years, but showing he's got no rust, and he's been burning it down in the Hurricane Force truck. Each truck on the Titans Monster Truck Tour, and driver for that matter, seemingly bringing a slightly different driving style to freestyle amongst each of them. A little bit of that in the wheelie competition earlier, and I think we're seeing a little bit more of it in freestyle as well. Got himself into a bit of a tight spot down on the top end of the track. Slowed up the run a little bit, probably will affect his momentum score. Could use a little bit more wow factor. A very solid run. He's not tearing up the equipment yet. I wonder if there might be a little bit of a mechanical issue. The rear steer seems a little bit slow and creating a little bit of issue maneuvering around the end of the track. I think it's going to be reflected in the scores when we get down to it. That'll wrap it up for Hurricane Force as we take a look at a couple of the highlights there. A couple nice wheel stands. hitting a variety of things, but not the wow factor that we've already seen. So the score only going to be a 22. That's not going to get it done tonight. Here we go with the championship leader, Tim Jones in Tailgator. During the intermission break, they were working on the truck hard, thrashing to make sure everything was okay. There may be something wrong in the transmission. If this goes wrong in freestyle, that could affect his score and sneak Jerry Beck and Dirt Crew into the championship lead in this final event of the year. Something doesn't seem right with the Tailgator. Jones is out on the track. He's working it. You hear the motor really revving up. Sounds like the transmission is going away. Don't expect Tim Jones to set back. He's going to burn the truck to the ground and run it until it won't run anymore. You can hear that motor just screaming as he's working around the track. Really trying to attack the track as the RPMs just sing. Jones needs every point he can get. An incomplete run will probably cost him the championship. So it's all or nothing at this point as Doug sticks his head out the window, riding along with Tim Jones in every event. Struggling and getting desperate. Tim Jones with an incredible reverser over the biggest stack in the arena. Not something we see very often, and an incredible moment when we do. Jones, desperation, throwing everything at it. High-siding, two-wheeling, tiptoeing, and back down. That's going to be the end of the run. I think that desperation effort right there may have saved Tim Jones' championship hopes. The score comes in. It's a 25 to Dirt Crew's 32. So Dirt Crew only gaining 7 points. At this point, Tim Jones in the Tailgator should be the 2023 toughest monster truck season champion. But we've got one truck remaining. The truck that won last time out, it's Maximus, Daron Basl, hitting the track for the final freestyle performance of the entire 2023 toughest monster truck season. You see a little fluid building up on the ActionTracks hazard pay cam on the front of Maximus. The motor sounded a little bit off as well. Oh, and we've got more fluid all over the lens. Big problems on the front of Maximus. Probably a steering line that's gone away. We'll have to see how it affects the run. Starting to see some smoke. And rolling to a stop. Looks like a bad sign for Maximus. The scores come in. It's a 22. That'll give Dirt Crew the win in freestyle and the sweep for the weekend in Lexington in all events, making Dirt Crew the toughest monster truck in Lexington, Kentucky.
Lexington shows love. Jerry Beck, your overall toughest truck of the night.
Meanwhile, the champion for 2023 is Tim Jones in the Tailgator.
Tour Series champion, Tim Jones.
This will mean a lot to Tim. He's been fighting for this for years. You see him kissing the trophy as all of the drivers walk around after the show, thanking all the fans for their support. Thank you for your support on ActionTracks and with the toughest monster truck tour all season long. We look forward to bringing you more great monster truck action in the future. Until then, we'll see you next time.